So if you watched my YouTube video from just a week ago, you would see, or just this week, you would see that I cleaned my boat. I washed it from top to bottom. Now, if you're looking at this current video, you might see that it's already covered in bird strikes again. I don't know, there's at least 10 there, maybe 20 bird strikes all over my boat there. I just washed it a week ago. 1 week ago, I just washed that boat. I think I just posted a video just today on how clean it looked. And I'm pretty sure I washed it on like Tuesday or something. Now we'll go next door here and look at this other guy's boat. I know he ain't been here to clean his boat. I don't see that he's got 20 bird strikes all over his boat. How is it the birds are hanging out on my boat? I sit on the boat all day long. I don't hear birds hanging out on my boat. It's crazy. I go away, I come back, and my boat's covered in bird strikes. Is it just nuts or what? What do you think I should do? Maybe I could put an owl up and it would scare all the birds away. I don't know. By the way, I went to Reed College and they have a thing called the Doyle Owl, and you're supposed to steal the owl and keep them in your room. Maybe I could steal the Doyle Owl and bring him back to my sailboat. Hey, Bob here. So I'm gonna go take a boxing lesson. I haven't covered this before, but I have a stalker that follows me around and harasses me. And she's a little bit dangerous. She's actually paid people to club me in the head. She's paid people to try to run me down with the car. She paid one guy to follow me and threaten and stab me to death. She's a fucking wackadoo, and she follows and harasses me everywhere I go. And so I thought a couple months ago, well, I don't know, even maybe a year ago, well, 2 years ago, I took some Aikido lessons, but Aikido is not really for me because they do this thing called knee walking. And I don't have very good tendons and I can't really do knee walking, but the Aikido was fun. And as soon as I saw knee walking, I was like, oh, that's not for me. And I thought I should go do boxing because I don't have very good feet, but at least I can box and kind of learn how to protect myself a little bit. So I signed up for a free boxing lesson, and I'm gonna go in this building behind me here and take a free boxing lesson today. And I thought it'd be fun to put that on my YouTube channel. And yeah, I do have a wackadoo stalker who's been harassing me for 6 years. And yeah, she pays people to follow me and harass me. And yes, I've been hit in the head with a club by someone that was paid to do it. And yes, I have had someone try to run me down with a car. I've had someone fuck with the brakes on my motorcycle. I've had people that were paid to pull out in front of me while I was riding a motorcycle with bad brakes. I've had people try to knock me down on my motorcycle. I had a guy tailgate me with 2 feet behind me on my motorcycle and try to knock me over on the Fremont Bridge. And all of these people were paid by my stalker, who has substantial amounts of money and is some kind of a weird wackadoo who wants me to be dead. She's been trying to kind of passively get me to kill myself now for about 6 years. She's just a fucking freaking nut job. I'm not going to tell you her name because I can't prove any of this, so it's all kind of slander. It just makes me sound like a crazy guy, but you know what? If you're wondering why my life's gone the way it has, it's because about 6 years ago, a wackadoo stalker came into my life and started following me and harassing me every day and paying people to follow me and harass me. So I had a pretty good 1 hour boxing class. Good God, am I tired. I must have been sweating the whole entire time. We kept going the whole entire time. They wouldn't let me put any of it on video, so I can't show you any of the boxing class. I even asked them afterward if there was any way to work that out. They just said no, they don't do that kind of thing. So I guess I'll have to try another studio and find somebody that actually wants to let me take some video boxing lessons. It's really not worth it to me to pay them for boxing lessons if I don't get to put any of it on my YouTube channel, because it's part of the fun, right? Another exciting day at my garage sale. A little bit busy today. Sold a couple things, but not super busy. I think I fell asleep for about an hour sitting in my chair, and I'm sure I played Xbox for at least an hour or maybe two today. So I had a lot of time to basically do absolutely nothing. This is mostly what my garage sale looked like for pretty much the last 2 days. I'll count up all my cash here in about an hour and find out how much money I made. I did sell off most of the games that were up there, so I'm down to just a tiny bit of games left, which is nice. And I got some other things out from storage. Opened up another box, and I got, I don't know, I got a couple of smoothie maker machines there, blenders, some other things that are in a box. And I dug out some more pots and pans and put them on this rack here. But those haven't actually been selling. Other than that, and then maybe next week, I did get this giant box here full of games all set up on eBay to sell this week. And I'm gonna go camping and then come back from camping and do a garage sale on next weekend. And then I'll have a box of stuff to sell off, ship off of eBay. So we'll see where I'm at. Slowly getting less and less of it. Like I told the guy today, he wanted to know if I'd take half price on a bunch of games. And I was like, well, I'm paying $500 a month to store all this stuff. It doesn't really do me to dicker with you too much on the price. Okay, you're willing to pay me $25 instead of $50. I could spend a couple hours posting them on, taking pictures and posting them on eBay, and then maybe I get $50, or maybe I only get $25, and then I still got to ship this stuff too. And what they say, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So I'm working on packing up a bunch of stuff for eBay, and I ran out of brown paper bags, which I wrap the things up in if they're easily to pack. So I ran over to Fred Meyer's, which is behind me. It's a grocery store. Here in Portland, you're not allowed to use plastic bags, and they sell brown paper bags to help the environment and all that. Good positive thing. Plastic bags don't. Plastic bags end up in the ocean and create a big giant mound. Paper bags, they just degrade, and you grow more trees. So use paper, or get one that you can carry yourself. Yep, whenever I run any packing supplies, I just run over to the grocery store and buy bags. They sell them for 5 cents. I bought 10 for 50 cents. I got some lunch too. I got some yogurt and a candy bar because I like candy bars, and I've been on the candy bar diet now for about a year, and I lost, I don't know, 80 pounds on the candy bar diet, so I think it's working for me. When I was a kid, you just got grocery bags at the store, and then you bought so many groceries that you had a pile of them underneath the sink. You didn't need to buy them, you just took some out. Now with all of the attempts to get people to bring their own bags and not just plastic bags, plus all the plastic bags that are out there, there really aren't as many paper bags. And now I gotta walk back over to my storage unit. It takes me about 20 minutes to walk over here and back. I think I got enough bags to get through the rest of the day. I got 3 more boxes to pack up, and then I got to take them over to the post office and ship them. So I'm just walking around. Here's some guy's got his pants down around his ankles. You gotta wonder what happened to him. You gotta ask yourself what happened in your life that you got you into a place where you walk around in town with your pants down around your ankles. I got some pretty bad stuff going on in my life, but I still don't walk around with my pants down around my ankles. Kind of crazy, huh? right, so I decided to dig out Christmas ornaments to sell at my garage sale. I've kind of gotten enough space of things sold that I can actually get these boxes of Christmas ornaments out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them there. There's another couple right there. And then there's 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 more in here that I'm going to put. And I rented a van to drive them over to the other garage so I can start hopefully selling Christmas ornaments here in the next 3 months. Seems like the time to do it. I heard from other people that garage sales are already selling Christmas ornaments. So I went to Thailand in 2014 and I found this cute little dog sitting on the side of the bay there where I was spending the week. I was just kind of hanging out at a yoga retreat, and this little guy was there to have breakfast and dinner with me every day. Wouldn't it be cool to be sleeping or hanging out here on your sailboat? Wow, does that look great? I kind of like to try that kite surfing stuff too. So I was supposed to leave at 10 and go downtown and catch a bus to the beach at 11:20. But like a bonehead, I remembered 11. And then I thought I needed to leave at 11. So I was going to leave early at like 10:15 and go use the bathroom. And then, leisurely make my way down to the bus. And then I got out and I was walking and it was 10:30. And I thought, well, I should check the time on the bus just to make sure. Because then I started thinking, well, maybe it's 12 something. And then I checked the time and I realized, oh my God, I'm supposed to catch the bus at 11:20. And well, I got downtown and I was about 5 minutes late. So now I get to kill about 5 hours while I wait for the next bus. I'm going to go into the mall and use the bathroom because it's dry here and warm. And I might just sit in the mall for a couple hours doing nothing. Maybe I'll get a sandwich or something. So I missed my bus. I went to the mall. It's nice and toasty and warm in the mall. Plus they have good bathrooms. And of course they have a coffee shop. And I found a peanut butter cookie. So this is my lunch, a coffee and a peanut butter cookie. And now I got like 3 hours to sit around and do nothing. So I guess I'm just sitting around doing nothing. I'll come up with something. I get bored really easily. I have to go find something to do. Who knows what it'll be. But the mall is warm and toasty. Here in Portland, we have a thing called Pioneer Square Mall. It's kind of an underground mall. It's a little tiny one. The biggest one I ever went in was in Sapporo, Japan. You can walk for like half a mile or a mile underground in the middle of the snow. But you don't feel any snow because it's nice and toasty and warm. And there's all these girls walking around dressed like Japanese dolls. It's kind of crazy. Outside it's a blizzard and inside there's girls that look like Japanese dolls. So one of the great things about Portland is if you're bored and you got a couple hours to kill, you can just go over to Powell's Books and hang out. It's it used to be the largest bookstore on the West Coast. Maybe the largest bookstore west of the Mississippi, I think. It's that building over there to my left where it says Powell's Books. The whole entire block, I believe 4 stories of books. So if you like books, or even just looking at books, It's a fun place to go and just hang out. You can spend a bunch of time in there. They got a coffee shop too if you want something to drink. It's a good place to kill time. I'm gonna go inside and look for some sailing books, or books about sailing anyway. And of course, if you make it to Portland, Sizzle Pie is the pizza place to try to get some. They're pretty famous. And they're across the street from Powell's Bookstore. So you could go to Powell's Bookstore and get a slice of Sizzle Pie and hit pretty much everything that's, well, not everything, but quintessential Portland in one corner. So whenever I'm at Powell's Bookstore, I always stop and look at the Ursula K. Le Guin books. She wrote The Wizard of Earthsea, which I read back when I was about 16 or so. But I've looked for the specific copies that I read back when I was 16, and I never find them here in their used book section. They got lots of new copies. I don't want the new one. I want the ones I read when I was 16. It's just kind of something to do, stop in and look every now and then. I never find them. I found one once, but I don't ever find the versions I want. And yes, I'm aware I can just go online and find the versions of the others of the books that I want to buy. That defeats the whole purpose of coming here and looking for it. It's just kind of a hunter-gatherer thing, or maybe a scavenger hunt kind of thing. Looking around for these 3 books. I already have one copy, and I don't remember which one it is, and I kind of have a visual memory. So if I see it, I'll remember the one I have, and then I'll know to buy the other 2. There's my bus to Tillamook, Oregon, where I'm going to go camp for the next couple of days. Just got to hang out here and wait like 20 minutes outside the Amtrak station. It's cold here though. It'd be so much nicer to wait inside the bus, wouldn't it? So I made it to the Barview Jetty Campground. I'd planned to be here a little bit earlier so it'd be a lot lighter out. But it's light enough to see. And I'm going to make my way and go find my campsite and set up my tent so I can have someplace warm to enjoy the evening. And we can check the place out tomorrow during the light time, during the daytime. Right, so I'm walking around in the dark. My campsite's V27. I walk right by this one, this V27, and I walk kind of up this path, and I'm looking at the numbers. There's 33, and I keep going up here, up the path a bit, and looking at all these cars. And I walked by that one there, the 27 one, and I thought, bro, that's a really nice campsite. Boy, I hope I find one as good as that. And then I walk all the way to the end, and then I come back, and I'm like, oh, that's V27, the one I thought was really nice. So in we go. It's nice and flat. There's a fire pit there. It's wet here. It's been raining a lot, but what's great is there isn't any standing water here to walk around in, which is not a good thing. You don't want to sleep in a pool of water. It's got a picnic table to hang out at. It's super cold here right now, so I won't be hanging out at the picnic table anytime soon. I got to try to set up a tent in the dark now, but good news is it's not raining. Woohoo! All right, I got my tent put up. If you've ever done any camping, the 2 worst situations can be in the dark, and then of course it's even worse if it's pouring down rain in the dark. Either one of those together isn't all that hot, but in the dark it's just hard because you got to try to set it up by flashlight and look around and try to find all your stuff. And it depends on how good a light you have. I have this little teeny tiny light here, which works great, by the way, but it doesn't really light the whole entire area up. And then it got a little teeny tiny bit wet while I was putting the tent up, but not enough to really matter about. But if it had been pouring, I probably would have checked my phone to see when the rain was going to stop and just waited. Who wants to crawl in a soaking wet tent if you don't have to? Now, of course, if you're out in the middle of the woods and it's pouring and it's soaking wet and you don't have anywhere you can just go and get dry, then put the darn tent up and get dry. But if you can put it up well before it starts raining, then you can get inside before it gets all wet. And somebody remind me, my tent was a little bit sticky. It needs to be aired out. So the next time it's a sunny day, I need to set it up outside my garage and I'll let it air itself out. So it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm at Barview Jetty Campground. I got to work on a YouTube video today. I went down to the little store where they have pizza. I thought I was going to sit inside and drink coffee and make a YouTube video at a little table that I saw on their Google Maps page. And then when I got there, they said they didn't have a table anymore. So I guess I'm not going to order a pizza from them. I am going to give them a kind of a mediocre review that said I went here to get coffee and a pizza and they didn't have anywhere to sit, so I left. And don't trust the pictures on their website. They didn't have anywhere to sit. So if you're looking for a place to sit, don't stop here. But I did find this nice campsite here with electricity over in the RV section where I could hook up my laptop and my phone. And this is my office for the day. I don't quite have a view of the jetty. I don't think there's anywhere you can sit with electricity that's got a view of the ocean and the jetty. My phone battery's dead, but I'll go over and take some pictures of that later when my phone charges up. And it's not raining today, so luckily I can sit here. If it was raining, I'd have to figure out how to get into town and find a restaurant. Pretty good damn office, don't you think? I also stopped and got a pizza for lunch. Look at that, that's the Barview Jetty combo. Yum. We're gonna go back to my picnic table and sit and eat that and work some more on my YouTube video. What a treat, huh? Yummy, yummy, yummy. And then we'll have to do some exercise to burn off all the calories I'm gonna eat from eating that guy. Probably save something for tomorrow too. We'll see. So the nice thing about coming here to the Barview Campground is that I actually made it to the ocean. There's the ocean right out there straight ahead. And then there's the jetty running along to the left side in the video. And I'm gonna pan over here to the left. You can sail in on your boat or motor in, whatever it is. The fishermen come and go in and out of here. And of course they motor up along the jetty here and back down into there. That takes you back into Tillamook. And so this is all, of course, protected from the ocean and relatively nice for sailing in. I've never actually sailed over here. If my sailboat works, I could have actually sailed in right through there, straight ahead and up into the Tillamook Bay area and swim over with sailboat. But this is as close as I can get for right now until I get the batteries fixed on that sailboat. Here we are at the ocean. Pretty nice day, especially for Oregon. Look at that, you can see out from over the, coming in the hill into the Barview Campground, and you can see out over the jetty way out into the ocean. And guess what? It just keeps going till you get to China or Japan or Australia or someplace over there. You just keep going. How many thousands of miles is it till you get to the other side of the Pacific there? Oh no, it's a long way. Hey, Bob here. So I started a Patreon page. If you don't know what Patreon is, Patreon's a site that allows content creators to create and share content with people that are interested in what they're doing, and then those people can help provide financial support for those content creators, and they get special content that people in the public wouldn't otherwise get. So like when you watch a YouTube channel, that's pretty much available to everybody, versus you could go on Patreon and see special content that only you would get access to because you're a patron. So I'm here to encourage you to become my patron and check out patreon.com/oceansiderisk. There's a link down below. Also, I've got links down below on my videos for buying me a beer. Here's a beer I found today over at Fred Meyer called Hurricane High Gravity, and it's actually pretty good. And I thought Hurricane was kind of funny because it's a sailing channel, and I spent a little bit of time hanging out with hurricanes. So buy me a beer if you don't want to be my patron.